This will be for the Khan Academy exercise, graphs of exponential growth. All right, you want to remember that the exponential equation is in the form of y equals a times b to the power of x. Okay, on the graph, a is going to be your y-intercept, b is what you are multiplying by, and if the y-intercept is 1, the equation becomes y equals b to the power of x. All right, so if I could expand on that just a little bit, the reason that a is the y-intercept, remember that the y-intercept, at the y-intercept, that means that x equals 0. So if you take this equation and you plug in x equals 0, you're going to have a times b to the power of 0. Okay, but we know anything to the power of 0 is just 1. So that cancels, and a times 1 is just a. All right, so that's why a is the y-intercept. And if the y-intercept is 1, you get y equals b to the x. Why is that? Well, if a is the y-intercept and you sub in 1 in place of a, you're going to have y equals 1 times b to the power of x. Okay, and of course, 1 times b to the power of x is just going to be b to the power of x. So again, if the y-intercept is 1, it's just going to be y equals b to the x. All right, it says choose the function that is graphed below. So we have our function here. Before I go to the choices, I am going to try to write this equation. Okay, we're going to do y equals a times b to the power of x. We said that a is the y-intercept. Okay, a is your y-intercept. So if we go to the y-axis, we see the graph right here in blue. If we go to the y-axis, the y-intercept is right there at y equals 4. So a is just 4. And b is what you're multiplying by each time. Okay, well here it's 4. And then you go to x equals 1. And the point is about right there. Okay, so it went from 4 to 12. 4 to 12. What did we multiply by? 4 times what is going to equal 12? Well, of course, we know that 4 times 3 equals 12. So b is what you're multiplying by each time, and that is clearly 3. All right, and it's to the power of x. That's basically it. All right, so all you have to do is look at x equals 0 for the y-intercept, and then go to x equals 1 to see what you're multiplying by each time. And that's basically it. So 4 times 3 to the power of x. All right, let's scroll down. Answer A. All right, choose the graph of the function. And we have our graphs here. You just want to choose one answer. So let's get the y-intercept first. Okay, this is in the form of y equals a times b to the x. Okay, we can see that point value for variable a is a 2. Okay, a equals 2. And we said a equals your y-intercept. All right, so 2 is your y-intercept. And you're multiplying by 4 each time. So it's going to be times 4 each time. All right. So at x equals 1, if you plug in 1 right here in place of x, it's going to be 2 times 4 to the 1. All right, y is going to equal 2 times 4 to the 1. All right, 4 to the 1 is just 4, and 2 times 4 is 8. So at x equals 1, you got 8, and at x equals 0, That's your y-intercept. It's going to be y equals 2. All right. You really don't even need to know it's a y-intercept. Just plug in 0 and you'll get y equals 2. And plug in 1, you'll get y equals 8. If you put a 0 right here, it would be 4 to the 0, which is 1. 2 times 1 is just 2. All right. So it starts at 2 and it goes to 8. Scroll down. This one starts at 4. This one starts at 0. This one starts at 2. And it goes to 8 at y equals 1. So that's it. Answer C. All right, once again, choose the function graph below. So pretty simple. Same as before. We are doing y equals a times b to the x. All right, a is your y-intercept. Here's the y-axis. Right there, the y-intercept is at 2. And b, let's see, at 1, it goes to 4. So it went from 2 to 4. 2 times what equals 4? Well, that's just 2, okay? So 2 is the number you're multiplying by each time. So b is going to be a 2. So it's going to be 2 times 2 to the x. All right. It'll probably be in parentheses, but same thing. 2 times 2 to the x. Oh, no, it's not in parentheses. Answer C. All right, last one. Here is our function here, and we want to choose the graph. All right, we have f of x. So, you can just do an XY table if that helps you a little bit. All right, at x equals 0, you plug in a 0 right there. You're going to have 4 times 2 to the 0. Right? You plug in a 0 in place of the exponent. And 2 to the 0 is just 1. 4 times 1 is just 4. And then at x equals 1, you put a 1 in here, you're going to have 4 times 2 to the 1. 2 to the 1 is just 2, so that's 4 times 2, which equals 8. So at 0, you get 4. That's 1 point. And at x equals 1, you get 8. That's the other point. So that's it. And it's only choose one answer, so you just have to find that graph. All right, 0, 4. The y-intercept should be a 4. Right here, 0 and y equals 4. And then at x equals 1, which is right here, it should go to 8, and it does. So that's answer B. You want to check the last one? 0, 4. No, that's no good. Okay, and that makes sense. Here the y-intercept is 4, so it should start at 4, and then times 2, it should bring you to 8. So it's answer B.